watching the Muppet Babies cartoon that's new on Nick Jr. or is it Disney? Anyways, they're already kissing, and it's just like, what the hell? Yeah. You know, they're definitely exposing them to too much too soon, and it's just better for you to educate your children instead of letting the TV do it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of parents have the idea of raising their kids a little off. You know, some of the things that they do now is a little bit different. Like, we watched TV back then, but the thing was, we had to go outside and play most of the time. You know what I mean? Like, and the only time I really got to watch TV like that is when it was just absolutely, either it was just too hot to go outside, or it was raining, or it was too cold, or whatever. But we never really just sat in front of the TV like that and just took in that much TV time. I think these kids spend more time looking at TV than they do anything else now besides going to school.
Right.
And the thing is, I was reading an article where I guess that, you know, Sesame Street was thinking about putting, I guess, a homosexual character on there. And I was like, the thing is, why are you guys... No, don't get me wrong. I don't have any problems with gay people. I don't have any problems with you living that lifestyle. If that's the lifestyle you want to live, go ahead and live it. But the thing is, I think you're pushing it on the kids. And although, you know, this is something that's the societal norm now, I think that should be upon the parents to actually expose their kids to something like that, instead of it being pretty much forced down your kids' throats now.
Right.
Like I knew, like when I got older, I found out that the whole the Ren and Stimpy show, the show about the naked cat and dog that was on Nickelodeon, they were gay. But the thing is, we didn't know, as kids, we didn't know that. We didn't know it was supposed to be an adult cartoon that was before its time. You know what I mean? So. But the thing is, I didn't find that out until I was in my 20s that, hey, Ren and Stimpy was an adult cartoon and that was gay. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. But I'm so glad that, you know, they didn't do anything to where it was just out there like that, to know that, hey, these are two men and they're kissing or sleeping in the same bed or whatever, you know, whatever it is. So
yeah, our cartoons were they were hitting jokes that when you watch it now, you're like, oh, that was a naughty joke. It was, you know, it was covered up. Now they're just basically just not making it even a hidden joke. It is what it is, and it's just too much.
Right, and I think because you have more parents that are having kids younger and younger now, that true enough, there's no guide. There's no guide. There's no information pamphlet that you can have to knowing how to raise your kids. But the thing is, some things you should. I feel like some things you should automatically know. Especially I think even if you weren't raised, you know, somewhat properly, you should know, okay, look, let me not let my kids watch that, or let me not let my kids listen to that. But the thing is, you have parents that are letting their kids listen to the most explicit music ever, and they're wondering why their kids are coming out cursing everybody out, or they're out, or their little girls are out here grinding on each other, or whatever. I'm like, some of the stuff that you guys do, and then the thing is, everything that is done is recorded. And yeah, I think that's what bothers me the most, is that, you know, when my oldest daughter was younger, like my kids, her mom used to do certain stuff, and I'm like, look, stop making her do that, because I said when she gets old enough and she gets in public and does it, and she bears the hell out of you, you're not going to think it's funny anymore. It's not going to be cute to you anymore, because she don't embarrass the hell out of you in front of somebody. And lo and behold, she did that, and she got mad. And like I told her, I said, I told you when she was younger to stop letting her do that and nip it in the bud now. I said, but you didn't want to listen to me about that.
Right.
So,
yep, you're so right about that.
So I guess, I think we should. I think as a society, and to be honest with you, it's more so. I'm gonna be honest. It's more so our black culture that does it. You rare like you see the white kids doing stupid stuff, and but the thing is that's something normal that we always have seen. You know what I mean? That like they record crazy stuff or they're jumping off buildings and crazy. Like we like okay, well we ain't doing that, but the whole cursing out the parents or slapping the parents, all this stuff, it's crazy because some of the stuff that these kids are doing now, I wouldn't even have dreamed of doing back when I was that age.
Right.
Like I was too. I think my mom and my dad had the fear of God in me, and that's one of the things. I think a lot of these parents they're too busy trying to be their kid's friend more so than their parent.
Yep, that's unfortunate. Yep, that's due to having kids so young, and also the parent not being in a 2-parent home. I think that's one of the cases too, to be honest.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, as far as the boys go, and I mean, it's the same for the girls. It's only a mother can only do so much. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from a mother because if you have a good strong mother figure in your life, you can go places. But at the end of the day, a father is supposed to be there to protect and to be able to teach them the kids the things that they actually need to know as from a male perspective.
Right.
And you have way too many absent fathers that aren't doing that. So you don't have these boys that are growing up knowing how to change a tire or even hell. You got so many guys that won't even get out and pump gas for a woman, and and then like you see it and it's crazy. And I think it boils my blood to see a guy sitting in the passenger seat of a car, and this lady's getting out to pump this gas. And she's going in paying for it, and she's coming back out and pumping the gas. I think that's crazy to me because
that happens a lot though. I was in a relationship like that. I won't ever be like that again though. Yeah, I've been in that place.
I think it was to the point where my mother taught me, hey, get out and pump the gas. And she did it so often to where it just became normal for me. When we pulled up to the gas station, I knew she needed gas. I'm getting out. She might get out to go pay for it, but by the time she's getting out, by the time she makes it out of that store, that nozzle is inside of that car and I'm pumping that gas. She's not standing out there doing it. Or, what was it? Like, a girl and her boyfriend, and he was riding in the passenger seat, caught a flat tire out here, and she was out here trying to change this tire while he was standing over her doing nothing. You know, I stopped and I said, I would put his ass out of my car if I were you.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yep. And it's happening more and more. It's just, honestly, the men are now, the roles are reversing big time. A lot of men now are being dependent on women, and a lot of the women are saying they're good. They're not going to raise men. And I really think that has a lot to do with single parent homes. I really do. So it's going to get worse before it gets better.
It really is. And the thing is, I think it's time for us good men, and myself included, for us to start stepping up and start trying to at least mentor these young boys now, because you have so many of them that have so much potential, and you see the potential in them. But the thing is, a lot of them are a product of their environment. Once they start getting of age, they don't know anything else. The only thing they know is mom and maybe grandma. And the thing is, you have these young ladies that are trying to raise these boys, but the thing is, they're not making anything, so they're living out in income-based housing or the projects, and this is the only thing that they know. And now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with living in public housing, but the thing is, public housing was meant as a stepping stone to get you where you need to be, not for you to raise 3 and 4 different generations of kids in this house out in these projects. And I think that comes from not having the determination and drive, or having someone positive speaking in anything into your life to where you can act, where you feel like, okay, look, you know what, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to get out of here, and I want to make a better life for my kids.
Right.
So, and back to this whole, exposing our kids. I think as far as that goes, we had too many parents that actually let these electronic devices watch our kids. Now, sometimes I can be guilty of this because I let my kids play on their phones or whatever, and my son, he loves his phone, and it's one of those things where if he doesn't have his phone and we go somewhere, he doesn't want to be there because he ain't got that phone. And I think, and to be honest, that's my fault. But when I think, instead of letting these electronic devices watch our kids and letting these TV shows or whatever, entertain our kids, take the time out to actually see how your kid's day is going. Take the time out to actually see how your kid is actually feeling. Because you have a lot of kids that are going through a lot of things in school and the parents don't even know about it.
Right.
And I think that's where being in tune with how your child is doing, being in tune with your child's feelings, making sure, hey, are you okay? Something going on in school, because being in tune with how your child actually behaves, and knowing when something is actually, their behavior patterns are off.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah, you just gotta pay attention. You just gotta do a lot when you're a single parent. You gotta focus more on them. It's hard though because, like I said, there's a difference between single parents. There are single parents who split custody. There's the single parents who literally, split everything. To where it's not you're single, but you're not a single parent. What I'm saying is, you're single, but you're not doing it alone with the child. You're just single. You're not together.
Right. And I think
it's different. It's such a big difference from single parents who do not have any assistance, who do not get any help. There's two different things.
You're absolutely right. I think I hate it when I hear a woman, and I'm not going to say it's all women, it's some that sit and say, oh, well, I'm a single mom. How are you a single mom and your kid is gone with his dad for the weekend, or he's gone with his dad for the week? How is that a single parent? I'm like, you're not a single parent. You're just a parent that's single. And I have to correct them on that. And the thing is, when you try to correct them on it, they get so angry because they realize, I don't understand. Are you really that brainwashed to think that you're actually a single parent? Or is that something that you actually want people to actually think that you're a single parent and you doing this on your own?
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of single mothers on my timeline too. They're just like, oh, I'm a single mother. I'm like, and I know them. I'm like, no, you're, the father of your child. He gets your child every weekend. You get child support. That's totally different than my situation. Totally different. So you are a person who's single. You're a parent who's single, but you're not a single parent. There is a difference. So.
Absolutely. Well, Ashley, I want to thank you for coming on the show and expressing your opinion on this topic of the matter. I will be wrapping up this series on Monday as far as single mothers go. So, I will be looking back on all of this and I'll be giving my input. But I really, really want to thank you for coming on and for doing this for me, because I swear I didn't think I was gonna find anybody that was gonna actually do it for me. But I felt like just from the few conversations we had that, to be honest, your story needed to be told. And
thank you. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Is there anything else you want to say to the listeners while we're still here?
No, I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well, like I said, I want to thank you again. And guys, you can check me out on Facebook at Real Unscripted. Follow me on Twitter on Unscripted Real. I do have an Instagram page now, so you guys can